This is indeed a crazy story. I mean, the things that are happening in Rivers State are quite unprecedented. I just know that there was never going to be peace at all in Rivers State, given what we have seen over time. Thugs have assaulted the sole administrator of Ahoada East's local government area of Rivers State, Goodluck Iheanachor. In a viral video posted on Facebook, some of the thugs could be seen flogging the administrator with cutlasses. Another man could be seen in the video lying next to the administrator, raising his hands and begging the thugs, sign your signature. One of the thugs shouted in the video, ordering Mr. Iheanachor to append his signature on what appeared to be a prepared resignation letter. Confirm his signature, he added. The council administrator could be seen being flogged several times with the cutlass before the hands were tied with a rope. In the video, which appeared to have been shot at the council office, the administrator is surrounded by the thugs. The resignation letter is dated June 20 and addressed to the Rivers State Sole Administrator Ibokete Ibas. The letter stated that Mr. Iheanachor's desire to return to the private sector informed his decision to resign. All right. So let's listen to the reaction of the police. The police, in a statement posted on Facebook on Sunday, said over 30 hoodlums were involved in the attack, which occurred on Friday at the council secretariat. 30 hoodlums. The police spokesperson in the state, Grace Iheanachor, said the attackers were led by Hector Ekakita, the chief security officer and the chief of staff to the sole administrator. During the attack, the hoodlums assaulted the sole administrator, stole his mobile phones, and forced him to sign a letter purported his resignation, carted away vital documents, including officials and personal documents from his office. The administrator, the police said, is in stable condition and is undergoing medical treatment due to the injuries sustained during the violent attack. Mrs. Iheanachor, a superintendent of police, described the assault as a reprehensible act and said the police have taken swift action on it. I'm stunned. So basically, the police know about this attack because with this report, it is clear that they are aware about this particular attack. But my only issue is, how come they are inviting them for interrogation? Somebody clearly assaulted somebody, and instead of you to arrest them, to arrest the person who led that team, you're inviting them. If it was a Yahoo boy that was found on the streets somewhere around Ahoada, or maybe somewhere around Eleme or Emene, I know they would have raided. They would have raided, they would have overturned, they would have even shut down that street where the person is located. But because there are levels to these things, don't get into too much squags or squabble with these people so that you don't get into the furor of things, You just let things slide, just invite them. You guys just come, let's discuss it. You just invited somebody to come after you saw what they have done. There are people who are more citizens in this country than others. This is the things that we keep saying every now and then. Whatever is used for person A should be used for person B. Whatever is used for person D should be used for person D. There should be some sort of level playing field. There's an assault that has just happened. You are aware about this assault, and you are aware. You saw how they managed to get this guy to resign his position. And instead of you to do the needful to arrest the person who assaulted in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, somebody of that capacity, you're quiet about it. You are telling them to just come, let's talk about it. Let's just have a meeting with a cup of coffee and tea so we could just address it. Just how wonderful the police system is in Nigeria. Interesting. And I'm even quite concerned about the sole administrator himself. That is the sole administrator, that's the sole administrator of Rivers State himself, his reaction to this development. I mean, how can you allow this kind of thing happen right under your nose? I mean, you are a sole administrator for a reason, right? You are a sole administrator for a reason. Nobody dares you because you're a military man. You're there to keep the peace. How on earth is this kind of thing allowed to happen right under your nose? Somebody you appointed is dealt with like this. And we haven't had any statement. This is what, more than 24 hours since this thing happened. And there hasn't been anything specific spoken about this, or maybe a false claim, or maybe just puts out something, say it's false, that it's a lie, it's AI enabled. I mean, with this day and age, we see a lot of things that politicians can use to dodge some of their incompetence. So you just say AI is the problem of that thing is not real. And then reinstate your man if it's possible, even if it means operating from a totally different base. Let him operate from the government house if possible. Let him administer the state the Ahoada East local government area from the government house. I know some of you will be thinking, okay, what was the issue? Why did they ask him to resign? At this point, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether he is not supposed to be appointed or is supposed to be appointed. It is not the issue now. You know why? Because the modus operandi is wrong. If you want to do something, if you want to say this, somebody is not competent enough, or maybe somebody doesn't merit that particular position, there are different ways. The Constitution allows you to protest. There are different ways you can go about it. You can write to the governor or the sole administrator. You can write to the presidency. You can do anything, but not injuring somebody. You know that person can die in that process. And then you do that, everybody is raising hands and saying, oh, that's the best thing to go. And the sole administrator hasn't even, the police knows this. I was hoping that the sole administrator just orders the arrest of all of them, whoever they are, and let them feel the pinch of what your power can do. You are military, they are civilians, bloody civilians at that. So why would you allow that kind of thing to happen right under your nose? On what basis? On what basis? Even if the sole administrator of the Ahoada is so-called has committed some sort of crime, is that the way to run things? Is that the way? Is that how we do things anyhow in this country and hope and feel that things align? You don't know that other countries are watching and looking at us. And these are the things that people see and they say, what kind of country is this? Are there no human beings in that country? Are there no human beings in that country that think well, that think straight? So you intimidate. So what this means is that tomorrow, this group can go and meet another local government area, a chairman, and ask them and use Cutlass, and probably even use gun and shoot them to append their signature. And the next they can also do that what if that's what their plan is? If you don't stop them in this one and make them pay heavily for this, and also endeavor to do that so that you can also send messages across board. You can tell other people who are planning or thinking around this area that, look, we will not take this thing from anybody if I thought that's what you're trying to do, or that's what your mind is telling you to do. We will not take it from you. These are the issues. We won't do anything about it right now until it's escalated. But I keep asking myself, is it not a sole administrator, a military man, a retired military man, a rear admiral that retired, that this kind of thing is happening under his nose? Hey, well, I think he's trying to maybe rock his way back into being a civilian, because I don't see a reason why this kind of thing will happen under a military regime. They don't bore you. That is if it is not sanctioned or if it's not allowed by him. Who knows? I mean, that's the country we live in. Everybody is in the state of compromise. And so if you are in a state of compromise and these kinds of things happen, you would now start seeing the reasons why I mean, it's happening because how dare they do these kinds of things when it is not approved by the sole administrator? That's all I see, frankly. I mean, if there's anybody who has anything far different from what I have said so far, let them come out for it. I'd love to hear from them. Anyways, appreciate you guys for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you as always. Cheers.